the most bizarre moments happened to me, guys, and I honestly cannot explain how these things, these events were possible. So, I have a list of quite a couple of events that I have had. I'll try my best to keep them in the video at least 4 minutes, 2 minutes long. I don't want to publish it for too long, so I'm going to go for at least 4 minutes. I'm just going to tell you exactly the bizarre moments that have happened, okay? The first bizarre moment happened is I was at the bottom of my staircase. At the bottom of the steps. Now, I wanted to go up the steps with my eyes closed. So I put something around, like a blindfold, whatever it was, around as like a bandage, or no, I mean like a black sort of rubber band, whatever, to keep black thing around my eyes and my head and my eyes to keep me from seeing. So I put the bandage on. I start climbing the steps and I could feel the pressure of me climbing up. So I can feel the pressure of me climbing up, guys, okay? Now I can tell that I'm climbing up because I can feel me going up. And then sometimes I even bang my leg into the center step. I wouldn't do that if I was climbing down, right? So I would not bang my front knee onto the step if I was climbing down, wouldn't I? I'll bang the back knee. So I'll hit the back knee of my back calf, not my front calf. I mean the calf. So I'll hit, if I was going down steps, I may touch the steps with my back calf. You see, I might touch the steps with my back calf, but not with my front calf, you see. So I was going up the steps because I was touching the step with my front calf, you see. I climbed to the top. Once I reached the top, I took my blindfold off, only to realise I was at the bottom of the staircase, facing the door, which is completely the opposite way. And it was really bizarre what really happened here, because I was climbing up the steps. So I was climbing up the steps, then once I reached the top, I took the blindfold off, only to find myself at the bottom of the staircase, facing the door, which is completely the opposite direction to where I was climbing. The steps are going up there and the door is that way, so I'm facing like 180 degrees away, which is really weird, actually, because how is that even possible that I'm now at the bottom of the steps? Another thing, guys, that I had experienced is that I was having a tray that had muffins. Now I was trying to bake some muffins. Now I baked about 6 muffins together. Now the tray held a lot more muffins, but I just baked 6 of them. And now the bizarre part is that when I was cooking them, I went upstairs to my room only to see the muffins right there on my desk. Really weird with the tray. I went back downstairs to make sure there was not too, but the oven was off when it should have been on. I suddenly gone back upstairs to see what just happened, how this was even possible, that the muffins went from in the oven to upstairs with the oven off. I went back upstairs, but the muffins were gone. I ran back downstairs only to realize that they were baking in the oven. I opened up the oven only to realise that they were more ready than they should have been. The muffins should have taken 60 minutes, but it looks like I only had about 30 minutes left when I just put them in the oven about less than 5 minutes ago, which didn't make sense. So how is this even possible? So here's the situation. I put muffins in the oven. I go back upstairs only to find them there. I run back downstairs to realize that there's nothing in the oven. I go back upstairs to realize that the muffins from upstairs were now gone. I go back downstairs now to realize that the muffins in the oven were now inside there, with only me having 30 minutes left. So that was the bizarre situation. You can repeat that if you wanted to realize exactly what happened, because it's really weird. Really interesting though, but really weird. So yeah, let's just move on. So the next bizarre experience I've had, guys, was me, is that I went upstairs blindfolded. So I did the similar thing, but I went upstairs blindfolded. This is with the same blindfold. I've gone upstairs, up the steps, and I've gone up the steps, guys, completely blindfolded. I could feel the carpet. I could feel that I'm upstairs. I went into this room right here, which is now, look, the room is now different, but it wasn't like that before. So yeah, you can see that here. So you're not going to see exactly what you see now, because that was the time before the room changed. You see, the room has changed. If you don't remember, before it was different. You see, this room before was different. So that was the time before it changed. You see, that was before it's changed, you see. So I climb upstairs. I could feel myself in the room. I could feel the bed there, which is not there anymore, because it's a big bed now. You see, it's by a high bed. So I could feel myself being there, you see. I could feel myself coming in the room. Then suddenly, materializing itself under my feet was the carpet turning into a cold floor. Now, the carpet, I could feel the carpet turning into a cold floor, how it materializes under my feet. Really weird feeling of how this felt like, but I could feel the carpet materializing into a cold floor. I pulled off the blind only to find myself in the living room, which was completely downstairs. How was this even possible? I'm climbing up the steps blindfolded, in, feeling the carpet. I even touched the railing to prove myself that I'm upstairs. Nowhere else in my house do I have a railing like that I can touch with the carpet. Only upstairs in this corridor here I have a railing. And then I entered the room, which should have been the same direction. So I touched the railing, I touched the carpet, I felt it was real. It was there. And then I come into this bedroom here, and then I feel the carpet. The carpet materializes itself into a cold floor. Then I'm suddenly in the living room, which made no sense. Another bizarre experience I've had, guys, I don't know how to explain this one, is that I was in my living room, in this room, before it got changed. Then I went downstairs to the garden. I went outside into my garden. Then, on the garden, I was so tired for some reason that I collapsed on the ground. Then, when I opened my eyes, I was in the garden in my dad's house. That's where I was. Really weird experience. Then suddenly, no one was in the house, and I suddenly went back home. Then no one was in my home. So, I'm like in a different house. I'm going from house A to house B. Oh, which house B, which is my dad's house, house B, to the other house I was inside, which was my dad's house. I was in the garden. Then suddenly I came back. So basically, I randomly teleported to my dad's house. Particularly, exactly in the garden. Then I went, and then I walked back here. Nothing was here. Not even my pets. I have pets here, none of them were here. Not even my guinea pig, which should be in his cage, but he's not. But he wasn't. I suddenly had no clue what was going on. I looked for my phone, but I could not find my phone anywhere. And what weirder that my computer would not turn on. I got started to get a bit scared. My computer would not turn on. So suddenly I'm falling asleep in my garden in my house. Then I suddenly teleported to the garden in my dad's house. So that's how it went like. So suddenly, guys, I teleported. So suddenly, guys, out of nowhere, I teleported to the garden in my dad's house. And I have no clue what was happening. Then I looked at the sky, there was nothing in the sky, no birds, nothing. Then I looked everywhere, not any of my pets were there. I looked desperately for my phone, I tried to turn on my PlayStation to see if anything worked. Nothing worked, not even any of my consoles worked. Not even some of my game consoles worked. Really weird situation. The only thing that I could see, or I could do, was read a book, for example, which I still have the bookshelf right there, as you can see. Right there. See? Cool. Right? I got a bunch of books there. So yeah, guys, that was the bizarre situation of how this was even a possibility right now. You know what's really bizarre, though, is that nothing else worked. And suddenly I went back to my dad's house, into the garden, fell asleep in the garden, then nothing happened, you see. Nothing happened. I had no clue, but I was completely lost. And what happened next, the reason why and what happened next, guys, is that I fell asleep in my dad's garden, in my dad's house. Then I came back I teleported happened the other way around. You see, happened the other way around. And suddenly I'm here, and everything is back again. And my phone is on my desk, which I did not leave before I went out, which was a weird situation. Really weird, and I have no clue what happened. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. See you later, guys. Bye.